lessons learned as your top lesson learned as you're rolling out this capability?
So along the lines of what Matt mentioned, it's communicate, 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 and understand. So it's establishing that consistent definition and lexicon up front in definition. It is early and frequent communication with our customers and our stakeholders to get their buy-in, because much of what we're doing, we say zero trust, but there's a lot of pillars and methodology underneath that. So we need to get buy-in and get buy-in early. So we engage with our customers early. We make sure that they understand the value proposition of the implementation and solutions that we're doing to get us to a strong zero trust architecture. And then we move into a centralized management approach and commonality underneath implementing that. The other lesson, though, if I can share too with you, is that, with the issuance of all the mandates and the concise timeframes by when we needed to implement, I think I mentioned earlier before, we left the gates running, right? We were trying to implement within the time frame. So we moved away from our fundamental program and project management approaches to clearly defining definitions and goals and priorities up front. So we had to take a step back and establish what we call a fusion team. So we dedicated PM resources for zero trust methodologies, as well as fusion teams comprised of our architecture community, our cybersecurity community, and our operational community to really define the direction we were heading, establish goals and metrics, and stick to it. A lot of times we wanted to implement existing capabilities because with all these requirements, we had a relatively flat budget to implement. So we leveraged our investments that we already had in place and tried to make them fit. And we spent a lot of time outside of our project management plans, not following the schedule that we established. So we invested a lot of time trying to make something fit that didn't. We had to, follow the plan, cut our ties when the solution didn't work, and move on to a better viable solution.